Hello and good morning from the Woodstock Academy live studio. My name is Griffin Bloom,
And I'm Georgia Lucacci.
and welcome back to the Spring Sideline Scoop.
As the teams have started their season over the past 2 weeks, we will be breaking down all the Centaurs spring sports teams and how they are doing so far in their season. We also have two special guest teams with us today, the boys and girls track and field teams, to take a closer view of the program and the background information of their teams and players. Now we've started all off with the baseball team.
The Woodstock Academy Centaurs entered the 2025 season riding with momentum of their historic 2024 campaign, which ended with the program's first ever CIAC Class L state championship with a stellar 26-2 record. With several key players returning, expectations were high, and the season opener made it clear that this team was once again one to watch. Senior ace Brady Erickson picked up right where he left off, tossing a no-hitter with 16 strikeouts in a dominant 5-0 victory over Lyman Memorial. Caleb Simino led the offense with 2 hits and an RBI, while Hayden Maloney and Matt Hernandez also drove in runs for the Centaurs in their first win of the year. The Centaurs improved to 2-0 after a powerful 10-3 win over Coventry, fueled by a 6-run inning. Bradley Blair delivered a bases-loaded 3-run double, and Simino continued his hot streak with a 2-run double and 4 RBIs total. Logan Kutu with 6 innings on the mound, striking out 4 for the win. However, the early high didn't last. The Centaurs hit a rough patch, starting with a 6-0 loss to South Windsor. Maloney had the team's only hit and pitched 5 strong innings, giving up just 1 earned run. In their next game, the Centaurs fell 5-4 to East Lyme after giving up 3 runs in the 6th and 2 more in the 7th. Erickson had 2 hits, including a triple, and Hayden Rowland and Tanner Graham had early RBIs that briefly put Woodstock in control. The struggles continued in a 5-2 home loss to Norwich Free Academy. Maloney again led the way offensively with 2 hits and an RBI single, and Cam Nason manufactured a run with his smart base running. The most heartbreaking loss came in Waterford, where the Centaurs dropped a walk-off 4-3 loss to the Lancers, homered in the bottom of the 7th. Simino had another standout day with 3 hits and 2 RBIs, and Erickson struck out 11 over strong 6 innings. Now sitting at 2-4, the Centaurs have shown flashes of brilliance, especially on the mound, through players like Erickson and Simino, but will look to recapture their consistency and winning form that carried them to glory last season.
The Woodstock Academy softball team is now 3-4, coming off a busy spring break and finishing up a busy week this past. On Tuesday, April 15th, the Centaurs headed to Brookfield and unfortunately were held scoreless. Grace Del Santo and Kaya Nichols had the only 2 singles for the Centaurs. On Wednesday, April 16th, they then traveled to Stonington High School, where they were blanked by the Bears. Madison Bloom, Ellery Sampson, Kaya Nichols, and Macy Karate had singles for the Centaurs. On Saturday, April 18th, the girls decided they wanted to put in some extra time on the field with Killingly. The Centaurs fell behind 3-0, but with the help of a Bloom double and a few more runs, they were able to tie it up 3-3. Unfortunately, Killingly did prevail 5-4 after 9 innings. On Monday, they were on the wrong side of an 8-2 score to their Ledyard Colonels at the Bentley Athletic Complex. Sampson, Karate, and Campbell Favreau all had 2 hits each for the Centaurs in the loss. Wednesday, the girls hosted the New London Whalers and broke out of its scoring slump in a huge win with a score of 23-2. Bloom is seeing the ball as she recorded a 3-run inside the park home run. Karate and Sampson both had 3 hits to pace the Centaurs, and Favreau and Julia Teller also had a pair of RBIs in the win. Although their record may not be exactly what they had hoped for this time in their season, the softball team looks to continue to be better to win the calm as they play at Bacon Academy today at 4 p.m.
Over the break, the boys lacrosse team didn't have a game, but they started the week after break strong, beating Fitch 11-9. This is the first time the boys lacrosse team has beaten Fitch under coach Jason Tata. Leading the score was Gunnar Bassick and Sam Desmond, each scoring 4 goals, and Quan Sansky had 18 saves. The boys now have a 2-2 record and will host E.O. Smith on Saturday at Bentley at 9:30 a.m.
So far, the Woodstock Academy girls lacrosse team has a 2-3 record through their first 5 games of the season. After a big win against Killingly in their first game of the season, they doubled their win total with an overtime win over Fitch on Tuesday. Clara Dowdle had 3 goals and an assist, Emma Forcier had a goal and assist, and Olivia Manbeck, Kaylin Tremblay, and Bailey Rosinski all scored. Maggie Marshall was the overtime hero for Woodstock as they won the game 8-7. Next week, the girls are busy having 4 games in 6 days, starting at home against Montville on Monday.
The boys tennis team faced Montville last Thursday at the Pomfret Tennis Courts. The second and third doubles teams came away with the wins for the Centaurs. However, Montville was still able to slip away with the victory 5-2. Caden Worth and Heath White had 6-3, 7-5 win at the second doubles, and Leo Larkin and CV Walmart were 6-1, 6-2 winners at the third doubles. The boys also lost to Fitch on Wednesday 6-1. The second doubles team of Owen Murdoch and Daniel Jameson posted the victory.
The girls' tennis team is already off to a hot start to their season. Before the break, the girls won 2 of their first 3 matches, and both of those games being blowouts. They swept St. Bernard 7-0 and beat NFA 6-1. In their final game of the week on April 12th against Killingly, the girls had their first loss of the season in a 4-3 defeat. It didn't help that the team was missing 4 players when they traveled to Killingly. The single matches were all swept away by Winter Worth, Gianna Misamichi, and Kerrigan Reynolds, but had to forfeit their 4th single spot with Catherine Today being out due to injury, but would be back and ready the following week. Their first doubles team, Linnea Barlow and Abby Budd, also won their first match that day. The team finally resumed their season after spring break and lost to East Lyme 6-1. Musamichi had the only win for the Centaurs at single seconds.
As we move on, we'd like to welcome the Woodstock Academy girls track and field team. Now we'll hand the mic over to Juliana Stacy for the girls track team.
Thank you, Griffin. I will be talking about girls track and field today and how they've been doing so far, just starting off their season. During spring break, many of the girls traveled to Coventry High School to compete in the pentathlon at the Patriot Games. This includes 100-meter hurdles, shot put, long jump, high jump, and 800-meter race. Several of the girls did well that Saturday, with sophomore Elise Coyle finishing 3rd overall with 2,493 points, just missing the school record by 209 points, which was set back in 1994. Senior Julia Allard was in 5th place with 2,073 points, and junior Isabel Delavance Beauchain was 7th with 1,737 points. Then on Wednesday, April 24th, Allard and Emma Whiteneck brought home 3 first-place finishes each against East Lyme, giving the Centaurs an 83-67 over the Vikings. Allard winning the 100 and 200-meter, Whiteneck winning the 100 and 300-meter hurdles, and both girls finished first 4x400 relay. Delavance Beauchain was tops in high jumps, javelin, and second in the 800-meter, while Olivia Tracy was first. Coyle got 2 first place in the 400-meter and long jump, where she got a new personal best of 17-foot-6-inch leap. Ella Eldande cleared 33 feet 10.5 inches in the triple jump, and also a personal best for her as well. Plouffe won shot put, and Lily Morgus was the best in discus. Here with me today, I have senior Julia Allard, junior Avery Plouffe, and coach Josh Welsh. Welcome to the Woodstock Academy Live. Thank you for taking the time to come talk with me. Coach Welch, there seems to be a lot of freshmen joining the team this year. With 10, that is quite a lot. How has that been so far?
It's been great. There's a lot of young, talented athletes, and we look forward to seeing them develop in the program.
How has that been different from previous years with a smaller team?
It's been good. We have a great coaching staff. Coach Michelle Varelli and Coach Washington, who joined us this year, helping out with some sprints and some hurdle stuff. Coach L always does a great job with the throws, so we can kind of divide up the groups a little bit and give everybody the support that they need with the bigger programs.
How is it coaching a sport with so many different events? Does it get difficult to keep track of?
Yeah, it can be challenging to try to individualize everybody's workouts and make sure everybody's getting what they need. But the coaching staff works really well together. Everybody communicates really well, and we have some great student leadership that really helps us oversee different workouts. So with all of that together, it's a lot of fun.
What are your goals for the team and the girls this season?
We're really hoping to finish our 3rd undefeated season. We're well on our way into the regular season. We had wins against Stonington and East Lyme to start off. We have Fitch next week, which I'm pretty confident about. And then the tough one, the big challenge will be NFA will be the last regular season meet of the season. And they'll be tough. They have a huge team and great talent and coaches. So we're really hoping to put up a fight there and hopefully take out a win at our last home meet.
Thank you, Coach. Now moving on to the girls. Juliet and Avery, would you mind explaining your different events and what you do? I know you both have very different things.
So I focus on the running events. I do relays, so the 4x1 and the 4x4 relay. And then I also do the 100, the 200, and the 300-meter hurdles, and I'm hoping to get a couple 400s in this season as well.
I do a lot of throwing events. I do shot put, discus, jab, and hammer.
Thank you. Juliet, you're a senior this year. What do you hope to do for your last season at the Woodstock Academy, and how do you hope to achieve it?
So I have a few goals for this season. I'm really hoping to qualify for nationals for a few events. We already have 2 relays qualified, which is amazing, and then I'm also hoping to qualify for a couple individual events and hopefully get a couple school records as well.
Thank you. Do you plan to continue track in college?
Yeah, so I'm actually committed to Quinnipiac University to run Division I track there. I'm super excited for the opportunity. I'm really thankful for it. And I loved the team there. I love the coaching staff, so I'm really excited.
Congrats. How has the team been since losing last year's seniors? Has there been any major changes any of you have seen?
So we did lose some really amazing seniors last year. So Julia Coyle, Talia Tremblay, Regan Reynolds, and Jill Edwards. So we lost someone in high jump, which was hard because she was our best. Jill was our best high jumper, but Isabel DeLeva-Beauchesne is actually stepping up there, which is really amazing. And then losing Talia and Regan in the 400 and 4x4 was hard, but we have some underclassmen that are stepping up as well. And then Julia in long distance was amazing, but again, we have underclassmen that I think can fill that spot.
Yeah, and on the throws side, we did lose Corinne LaMontagne, who was also really fun to have around, and she was a great shot putter. But yet again, we do have a lot of underclassmen who are coming up to fill our spots.
Thank you. Thank you for coming in today, and I wish you luck on the rest of your season.
Thank you for coming in, Coach, Juliet, and Avery, and thank you, Juliana, for that great interview. And now we'll move back to Griffin, who will tell us about girls golf.
The girls' golf team has had 2 matches so far. Their first match was rescheduled, and they played on April 8th at the Raceway Golf Club. The Centaurs won their season opener 236 to 257 strokes over Quinnebog Valley. Some of their players stood out, such as sophomore Regan Scheck, who is the medalist with a 44. Also, Liliana Moran carded a 60. The girls had a long break before their next match on April 21st. They traveled to Wyndham Club and fell short against Coventry in a non-league match. The score was 171 to 192. Regan Scheck carded a 41, and senior Bella Masson finished with a 48 to lead the Centaurs in a beginning one win, one loss record. The girls played again on April 22nd and won their second Eastern Connecticut Conference match as they downed East Lyme 226 to 255. They also had a match on April 23rd. They unfortunately lost 198 to 223. Regan Scheck shot a 48 and Liliana Moran carded a 54. They had more matches to come, but currently are at a 2-2 record.
The boys' golf team has had high hopes for the season as they will be led by seniors Logan Rawson and Jaden Fuller. Rawson is coming off an ECC Player of the Year season last year, and he expects to build on that and contend for the State Open as well. They started their season on Monday at Raceway Golf Club against Quinnebog Valley. After 9 holes of play, the Centaurs won the match 7-0 with Rawson shooting a 38 and Fuller right behind with a 39. Sophomores Brady Herbert and Max Kopp both shot a 45 in their opening match. On Tuesday, the golf team played against East Lyme at Quinnipiac Country Club, and they were unable to pull out a win, losing 4.5 to 2.5. Junior Aiden O'Connor shot a 44 to tie his opponent, and senior Sam Clark shot a 44, and Herbert was 1 shot behind Clark, as they were the only 2 individual wins for Woodstock.
Now let's hand the mic over to Charlie Chamberlain, who will be interviewing the boys' track and field team.
Thank you, Griffin. The boys' track team got off to an exciting start this season with an 87-61 win over Stonington. The Centaurs secured the meet with a decisive win in the 3,200-meter race, with the Centaurs taking the top 3 positions, led by Colton Saloom. Saloom also finished first in the 1,600 and took second in the 800-meter. Fellow senior Christian Menounos won the 400 meter and secured the 4x800 meter relay, running as an anchor for the Centaurs. Saloom and Menounos competed in the Connecticut Distance Festival, where they both broke a school record. Menounos ran the mile in 4 minutes 24, and Saloom ran the 5K in 15:29. Thursday, the Centaurs fell to East Lyme Vikings, but they had a very good meet. Owen Williamson came home with 3 first-place finishes in the 110 and the 300-meter hurdles, as well as being the anchor for the winning 4x100 relay team. He also tied for first in the high jump. Today I have have with me Coach Jerry Lamontagne. Thank you for joining me. What does it mean starting off the season with a win?
It's a great morale boost. We knew that was going to be a real close meet going into it, and being able to pull out a meet like that is always a huge confidence boost to the team.
How confident were you guys going into that meet?
As confident as you can be when you know it's going to be close. I told the kids on the way down that we were going to need to make our own breaks, not catch breaks, and the result stands.
Are you optimistic for more wins this season?
Yes, we had a really close one against East Lyme, probably as close as we've been in a while against them. So I think that actually helps the team's confidence as well. And going next week against Fitch, I think we have a solid chance of winning that.
What players or events are you looking to step forward this season to hopefully get more wins?
Owen Williamson comes to mind. He's a hurdler and a high jumper. He's been developing the last couple of years, and I think he has some big performances ahead of him. David Sumner in the throws. He does all three throws: the discus, shot put, and jav. He's already qualified for states in discus, and he was a state qualifier during indoors in shot put. So I think he's somebody who's going to score some points for us as well.
Thank you for your time today, Coach.
You're welcome.
Thank you to the boys track team for your time, and good luck to the rest of your season. Next up is boys volleyball.
Even though they're a newer program, the boys volleyball team is looking at a successful season so far, and a shutout win against Hartford Magnet Trinity Catholic Academy 3-0. Braden Batone had 8 kills while Owen Budd had 7. By taking home another win this past Monday with a 3-0 victory over NFA. Owen Budd had 8 kills and nice serve points. Braden Batone had 7 kills, 8 digs, and 3 aces. Jake Henderson had 20 assists and Nathan Billings had 9 digs. The Centers also blanked Innovation High 3-0 on Wednesday and now have a 6-2 record. We're looking forward to the rest of the season for the boys volleyball team.
Thank you for joining us today, and thank you to both of the track teams for coming in. We hope you continue keeping up with the spring sports of Woodstock Academy.
Every week, we'll keep our viewers updated and see how their teams are doing. For now, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week on the Woodstock Academy Live Spring Sideline Scoop.